Okay, this is Joe Romeo. This is part 2 of a song I was writing. If you looked at the last one, you'll see I just had a tune, and since then it's been about a week and I've been thinking about words and thinking about the tune. I've changed the tune a little bit. I realised that I was actually playing faster than 100 beats a minute. It's actually more like 110 to 120 beats a minute. I had an email from a friend saying would I consider rewriting a tune to an old hymn, and I read the hymn by Wesley, and I thought no, I should keep the theme but write a new song, and that helped me decide to try and write a song based on the theme of that hymn, which was about going with Christ to the nations. So I thought of some lines, and one of the lines that came to my head and felt like it really stuck was "Take me to the fields," thinking about that verse from the Bible where it says that the harvest is plentiful but the workers are few, and pray that God would send workers into the harvest. And that applies today as much as it did when it was said. And I don't know whether there are that many songs written about that subject. So this is my attempt. So first a little bit about the tune. If you remember, it's in E. And how do I decide what key it's in? Well, I just work out what I first start singing the melody in. And of course I'm thinking about the range for me to sing and also for a congregation to sing. And you know, Jason Bloom taught us that we have 10 fingers and therefore we have 10 notes, so you mostly try to keep any melody within that range, and you know, if you can keep it within 8 notes, that's even better for a congregation. So that's in my mind. When I change the tune, I'll show you how I've changed the verse chorus. La da 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 da. So that's not how it was in the beginning. It was before I had it la da 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 da. And I don't know why, I just prefer the la da 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 da. It ends on the same note, but there's no steps. It's all scales, whereas the first one had a bit of a step in it. But because I've changed that, the second part goes la da 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 da. Here's the second bit. La da 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 da. So you know, it goes la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Whereas the first one went la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Actually, I've forgotten how the first one went because I've been singing the second one for so long, which brings me to another point, and that is, you know, when you write a song, I think it's good to give it a time for it to brew. I've always found that whatever I do with a song, I've got to let it sit for a while, and I'll call it brewing, or what do you do with bread? You let it sit. It gives it a chance to ferment or something, and that will usually sort out some bits of the melody, and usually will sort out bits of words as well. So today I've finished writing words, and you know, I'm probably going to change some of those words because I've just finished writing them now. It's fairly fresh, and this may not be how it ends. So yeah, so because of where it ends in the verse and where the chorus starts, which is the chorus is what I wrote first, the melody of the chorus, which goes, I'll just remind you, goes la da 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 dum, 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 la da 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 dum. Yeah, so I've changed quite a lot of things if you want to be picky. So that's the chorus. It starts on the G sharp, on the 3rd of the E chord. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. But the melody verse finishes on the D sharp, the 7th note of the chord, which are la da 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 da. Now you want to go from the last note of the verse to the first note of the chorus easily, and let me just show you whether it's easy or not. Da 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 da, la da da da. You can get there, but it's a fourth gap. La la. So what about building a little bridge up to that note? La 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 la. So you can see I decided I'd add that little bit of scale so I could, when you get to the starting note of the chorus, no one's in any doubt where it's going to start. That's just a little bit of music, melody theory or practice that I put in. I'm thinking about how easy it is to get to the next note, and that's to do with scales and intervals and so on. It's easy to stay on one note, it's easy to go up and down scales, it's much harder to jump intervals. Okay, so I've told you about how I've written this song. Let's sing what I've got at this point. It's called Take Me to the Fields. There's a longing in my heart to tell others of your love, to see many come to life, by the power of your holy word. Take me to the fields where the seeds are sown, where the harvest yields and your blessings flow. There's no other place I would rather go. Take me to the fields. Give me voice to utter joy of an all-forgiving God, of a selfless, loving Son, who bore all the sin of all the world. Take me to the fields where the seeds are sown, where the harvest yields and your blessings flow. There's no other place I would rather go. Take me to the fields. Take me to the fields where your seeds are sown, where the harvest yields and your blessings flow. There's no other place I would rather go. Take me to the fields. And I'm not afraid to go where you say, 'cause I know you're with me all the way. And sorry about that, it's just fresh written. And I'm not afraid to go where you say, 'cause I know you're with me all the way. And you'll make sure it all works out. Take me to the fields. Take me to the fields where your seeds are sown, where the harvest yields and your blessings flow. There's no other place I would rather go. Take me to the fields. Take me to the fields where your seeds are sown, where the harvest yields and your blessings flow. There's no other place I would rather go. Take me to the fields. Take me to the fields. Yeah, so just a bit about the lyrics. Again, they're freshly written, so I may change them a bit. I've already made one alteration, where the seeds are sown, I think where your seeds are sown. And just to help get your words together, I sometimes stop and I write a sentence that summarises what I wanted to say. So for example, when I was writing the chorus, I decided I should write exactly what I was saying. This is what I wrote. I want to be exactly where I can be used to be a witness of your love. I'm willing to give up whatever you ask of me for the sake of working for the filling of your kingdom. So writing that out helped me write the chorus. I'm hoping you'll find this helpful. Sorry I'm not a great singer, and I'm learning as a songwriter. God bless you.